tensions between Israel and Iran continue to escalate. The two exchanged a fresh round of strikes overnight, with civilians in both countries waking up to smoke and rubble. Iran unleashed a deadly barrage of missiles into Israel, killing several people and demolishing homes. Meanwhile, large plumes of smoke could be seen in Tehran this morning after a reported Israeli strike on an oil refinery. Israel's military says it is targeting buildings linked to the country's nuclear program, including the defense ministry. The city of Bat Yam in Israel was one of the worst hit in the overnight strikes. Rescue crews are combing through the rubble of collapsed residential buildings this morning, trying to free people trapped under the debris. Several people are also still missing. CBC's Crystal Gamansing is in Bat Yam with the latest.
Well, Marianne, it is still very much an active scene. There are search and rescue teams from the Home Command Front who are going through those buildings. 61 buildings in this neighborhood affected in that barrage of missile strikes overnight. We have just been told that there was another fatality confirmed at this location. The number of dead has now been set at 7. They are still going through buildings to try to see if they can find any survivors. Every once in a while, you see the search teams pause. They'll yell into the buildings and try to see if they can get any kind of response. The widespread destruction here was toured by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, as well as the President of Israel. So those individuals, all in the community earlier, took a look around. We heard from the Prime Minister, who said that Iran will pay a heavy price. Meanwhile, Itamar Ben-Gvir had said that Israel was obligated to strike Iran because of its nuclear ambitions and the potential threat to Israel, and said that this is the price that they will pay, even as he's looking around at all of this damage. I had the opportunity to speak with one man who is in the community. He lives in a building not far from where I am, and he talked about going to the shelter, staying there, and that moment of impact.
The shelter was five minutes from here, and the boom was very huge, and we thought it's quite near the shelter. And after we discovered that it's like 6-7 minutes by walk from us, and it was a very huge rocket.
I did also have the opportunity to speak with the international spokesperson of Israeli police. He was out here. He is coordinating with a number of different units. He talked about the toll it's taking to try to comb through these buildings, to look for any survivors, to talk with people who have lost their homes, gathering their items. He said that thankfully people are listening to the sirens, and that the majority of injured, more than 100 injured roughly, the majority of them have minor injuries, that they did seek shelter, and that is of course useful. But he says that this is a situation that shouldn't be happening, saying that these are civilians being targeted.
No, it's hard to even be in this position where you have to medically evacuate people, where you have to remove rubble to find civilians underneath it. But when you see the families and you see the importance of your job and your position at that very moment, to provide them that hope, for them to see you working so hard, that makes it all worth it.
There are a number of people here who are going back into their apartments, trying to get whatever items they possibly can, keepsakes. We see a lot of people going in and take photo albums and a couple of personal items. We are being told there will be more strikes tonight. People are being told to expect those, to listen to any alerts and sirens. Of course, there is a state of emergency underway, and there are also continued strikes by Israel on Iran. So tensions remain at an incredibly high level, Marianne.
The CBC's Crystal Gamansing reporting in Bat Yam, Israel.